morning, guys. Good evening. Good afternoon. Guys, depends where you are watching from. It's a good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to my channel, guys. As you can see the title of this video, this is a serious video, okay? I hope you are all well. I'm okay under the circumstances. I'm okay, guys, under the circumstances. So I am bringing you this news, okay? So this is not drama. This is real, okay? I'm not talking about drama. I'm bringing you real news. Welcome, guys, to my channel. My name is Sarah, and I'm here to talk to you about organized crime involving a murder. Guys, a new hitman on the scene has been recruited, okay? And this hitman has been following me to areas where I do live streams to cause me harm, okay? A new hitman was brought on the scene to follow me into areas where I do live streams. Now, guys, you might be wondering what's going on. If you are not new here on this channel, okay? If you are not new on this channel, you have probably heard me before. You have probably heard me before talking about these organized crimes against me. So yes, I'm just going to continue over here to tell you what is going on. So guys, on Friday the 13th, I was attacked in the house where I live. On Friday the 13th of June, I was attacked in the house where I live. Okay, there were two females in the house when I was attacked. Alright, guys? All along, since March, I think, end of February, March this year, I was by myself in the house. The female who physically attacked me on the 13th of June 2025, this female was away, okay? We share accommodation. She does not own the property. She sublets the property to me. So she's been away since end of February. She's been away since end of February, beginning of March. So she came back between the 13th of June and 12th of June. So the minute she wrote a note, okay, I've been avoiding her because I've had food poisoning in the house before on several occasions. There was attempts to take my life on several occasions. I survived it. My body swelled and all of that. I was vomiting. I had diarrhea and all of that, okay? I survived that. So this female, I separated from her because of instances of violence. She's very violent, and she claims that I do not know her, and that even the neighbors, her doctors, employers, her family, they know how violent she is, and she does not care. So these are the sort of rhetorics that I've heard from this female just when she's having general conversations. So she tried to use those words to kind of like, scare me away. So when she arrived on Friday, She wrote me a note, put it under the door. I do have the note. In the note, she wrote that I stole her maybe up to 200 mils of cooking oil, okay, because that is what she left in the house. And apparently, while she was away, her sister, who lives outside London, came to the house and used that cooking oil to cook a lot of food that she went to feed so-called church people, okay? It was a lot of food. Her sister did not buy cooking oil, and she came from outside London. And she used her cooking oil to cook the food, okay? And she also used some seasoning. In fact, I offered her sister some of my cooking oil because I realized that the cooking oil that her sister had left in the house wouldn't be enough. I had both olive oil and vegetable oil. So I offered her, I showed her where my cooking oil was, and I said she could also use my cooking oil. Okay, guys, let's proceed. So this woman cooked food, and then she used up all her sister's cooking oil and left. Okay, so when her sister arrived, they arrived together. Okay, they arrived together. And so her sister then started to accuse me to have stolen cooking oil. And yet, the person who used the cooking oil was sitting right in front of her listening to these accusations. She didn't say a word. She did not acknowledge that she's the one who used up the cooking oil. Secondly, this same woman accused me to have stolen her coffee. Guys, if you remember very well, go back to my videos. I was doing a water fast, drinking a lot of water. Since the beginning of this year, I have not had coffee because I've been on water fasts and diets. Up to now, I haven't had any coffee. So I was accused of stealing a whole tin of coffee, very cheap coffee from Zimbabwe, guys. And we have some very good coffee in the UK, you know. And yeah, so she accused me to have stolen a tin of coffee from Africa, from Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is hardly a coffee seed growing country. Okay, so it's going to be really cheap and not very good coffee. So I could get better coffee in the UK. So I was accused to have stolen a tin of coffee. So it occurred that the coffee was in fact in the cupboards. Okay, the coffee was in fact in the house, in the cupboards. So this particular sister, who was also available when I was being accused to have stolen coffee, she went ahead and said she also saw the coffee. Where did it go? So I went into the cupboards. 20 minutes later, after we've been arguing that I have not stolen any coffee or cooking oil, I brought the coffee and I said, what about this coffee? So I filmed the coffee. I have videos. It was in the cupboards. When I opened the doors, there was the coffee. So I was also accused to have stolen bicarbonate of soda. Guys, bicarbonate of soda, it costs 40 pence, 45 pence, even 30 pence sometimes in some supermarkets. And yeah, so she was calling me a thief. Okay, now guys, she went on. She found some a day before, on Wednesday. This was on Thursday actually. On Wednesday, I had gone to Waitrose and I did shopping in Waitrose. And at the checkout, I said to the lady, how much are the carrier bags? She said £1 each. I said, oh no, have you got those big reusable bags? At least I can return those. They last a long time. She said no, they didn't have. Then I said, oh my God, I can't afford a carrier bag for all this shopping costing £1 each. So she said to me, oh, use those empty boxes. And the empty boxes, guys, were wine empty boxes. So I picked up the empty wine boxes and I packed my fruit and veg on Wednesday. So on Thursday, this woman came back. Okay, so now she was accusing me of being an alcoholic. She was accusing me of being a drunk because she found wine boxes, no bottles, wine boxes that I used to pack my fruit and veg. She said to me, you are a drunk. I said, okay, why are you calling me a drunk? Oh, well, she doesn't even know the word drunk. She said, I didn't know I had an alcoholic in my house. This is not her house. She's subletting a property, a very dirty property. Guys, I'm even ashamed to bring live streams. I pay £800 for a property that is disgusting. Guys, let me give you examples. For example, the house has no mops, okay? Tell me about the general hygiene of a home, a house that does not have a mop. So she took one of my dish towels when I arrived. She put it on the floor. So, you know, me being clean, I found the house dirty, the toilet spattered with all kinds of things, and I just love a clean environment. So I asked her where the mop was. She said, oh, use that cloth that I've put down. And at first I thought it was a cloth because maybe it's just similar to mine, only to realize later it was my cloth. Guys, the woman does not clean the kitchen. She does not mop. And I think some of you have seen the background when I've tried to come out live. I'm even ashamed, guys, to bring out live streams. It's not because I pay very little rent. No, I pay a lot of money, okay? It should be spacious accommodation. So, okay, let me proceed, guys. So there's been several attempts to poison my food and my drink to where my body would swell. And I've told family. In recent days, I have told the police, okay? I've been checked for all kinds of conditions that could cause swelling of the body and all of that. Vomiting instantly after I've had a drink or food from the fridge. All clear. I do not have any heart issues. I do not have any major organ issues. All clear. Okay? So I started to speak up on this live stream to talk about the poisoning. This is a hitman. Okay? Let's call them a hit woman. They were supposed to assassinate me using trust, betraying my trust. We talk as friends. We can leave food together in the fridge. But no, somebody is going to walk into my food when I'm asleep and tamper with it. Lace my food. Okay? I was supposed to die in my sleep. I later find out I stopped eating the food I leave in the fridge, and the swelling of my body, the vomiting and diarrhea stopped. Guys, please subscribe, like and share, okay? And when I started to speak up, this woman got very angry because there's been plans to pay off a house. And where the money was going to come from, if the hitman is activity are successfully carried out. So there is money incentives involved here. Okay? So this same woman traveled. I don't know where they went to since February or March this year, coming back on the 13th of, between the 12th and the 13th of June, okay? And immediately starting a fight because I did not give this woman and her sister my YouTube channel. They know everything I do on YouTube. They follow me, and they have fake YouTube accounts on TikTok, on YouTube. They cyber crime attack me, okay, with very new YouTube accounts. Since I started, so I started this new YouTube a few months ago, about October, November last year. So there's some new YouTube account, like a few months old. Some of it is a few days, a few weeks old. They've been watching me from, okay, using ghost accounts. I did not give these women and these people, I did not give them my YouTube account, so they shouldn't know. But in addition to trying to assassinate me, okay, they watch what I do online, meaning they are hacked into my email, hacked into my phone, okay? They follow me where I go. So when I'm getting ready, I have a shower. When I'm putting on my makeup, the woman gets up as well. She gets ready, okay? She gets ready, she sits put. There's neighbors on the road. They come and pick her. They follow me to where I go. Okay, guys? Recently, the person who's trying to assassinate me has hired a new hitman. This hitman has a weapon. Subscribe, people, like and share. Okay? So when I'm doing lives, okay, this hitman comes for me, okay? And the police are now aware, okay? The hitman has turned up in areas where I'm doing live streams. The phone has registered. The phone has records, okay? So don't you worry, Mr. Hitman. The person who recruited you to murder me, okay? The person who recruited you to murder me, they've tried several, they didn't tell you this. They've tried several hitmen, okay? I'll give you an example. Before I moved to this address, okay, I lived in an address not far from here. Hitmen were in that accommodation, okay? And each time I tried to leave my apartment, the hitman sometimes came out with a rope. This is I don't know, more than 6 feet tall, a huge, humongous person coming for me with a rope, okay? There was also threats to kidnap me. I spoke up, I told police this, okay? And I escaped that environment. And I was talking to people that were willing to rent me accommodation. This woman was brought on the scene, okay, to act like my country's, somebody from where my father's home country, okay, to contact me. She was a part of this group already. She only lives about 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away from my old address. So she calls me. I never contacted her, okay? She called me, all right, guys? She called me and she said, Sarah, I understand you're looking for accommodation. I said, yes, I'm looking for accommodation. She said, oh, she's renting out a property. Okay? Immediately when I moved in, a few days later, she was telling me to leave her home, trying to make me street homeless. That is what my killer tried to do, tried to make me street homeless. Okay? So, guys, subscribe, like, and share, and leave comments in the comment section below, please. And let me know, guys, where you are watching me from. So, attention, police. All right? Attention, police. This is what has been going on, and this is what is going on. So, new hitman, listen to this. The person who recruited you to take my life has hired so many hitmen who have failed to kill me. New hitman, what you do not know is the police are watching the killer and the hitman that are being recruited. The police, even when you use those banner phones, the police already know. Okay? So when you are following me, all right, the police are also following you. Okay? When you are following me, the police are also following you. So the person who hired you did not tell you. A person who hired you did not tell you that, in fact, a lot of hitmen have failed, and they did not tell you that the police are watching and that I am speaking up. Okay? So, the woman that was trying to poison me and then she failed, okay? Now she wanted to get me arrested, saying I've stolen her coffee and maybe about 200, maybe even less than 250 mils of cooking oil. Who steals coffee, 250 mils of cooking oil, and bicarbonate of soda in the UK to call police in the house? And let me give you an example, guys. This woman uses my vegetables. In fact, guys, I'm feeding her. The rent I pay her, she's always hungry. She hardly has any food. She doesn't have a job. When you ask her, where do you work? She says she works for an international organization. No, she's working for a murderer. Okay? She has a job to do. That job was to assassinate me using poison. All right, guys? It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Don't come here with fake names such as Julia. I know who you are. Well, I know who you are, okay? Spy cameras in the room. Don't worry, the police already know that. Did you have them removed because I'm speaking up? Don't you worry. When you leave your house, when you leave the house, don't you worry. The police are much more wiser than you think you are. So, guys, the whole neighborhood here, there's people, both men and women, young and old. They are coming for me, and they know about the murder plan, including people next door. Guys, I have young and old. I'm talking about some men and women are in their 70s. Some young people are as young as 16. They know. Some are young adults. Okay? They come for me. Okay? Some of them pretend to be walking dogs. So even when I'm walking in the park, they're trying to come for me, trying to frighten me. Okay? Trying to... Julian, I don't hide. You've seen me going out, producing content. Okay? I'm not scared. I'm not scared of murderers. hide and don't speak. No, I don't hide. I speak up. You see, I am not your standard, Julian. You are on your way to jail. Probably you are in jail already. All right? So, guys, the situation escalated from... The situation escalated. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. You are sad. Okay? You were laughing at me. Oh, what are you doing on that window? Okay? You thought this is the only place. You thought I was timid, right? Because of the murder plan, the hitman. I'm not scared of a hitman. I've seen just yesterday a white van. Okay? And day before yesterday, a white van followed me. Okay? I took a video of a man and a woman who came for me at the bus stop. Okay? And while I was jumping on the bus, they started to aggravate me. I recorded them. And I have their faces, which I'm going to be handing on to the police. So when I leave the house to go and produce content, they come for me. They want me back in the house. Because these people, the hitman had a plan to hide me away. Because the hitman was telling the authorities that I was a drug addict and an alcoholic. Hence why the person in the house I share accommodation with would say to me, seeing the wine boxes I used to carry my shopping from Morrison's, would say, I tried to accuse me of being an alcoholic. She went on to say, I wasn't the person that I pretend to be, okay? Accusing me of theft. A person I feed, a person who borrows money from me. I have got evidence to show you. Her texting me, please Sarah, lend me 30 pounds. The next few days, please Sarah, lend me 100 pounds. After I've paid her 800 pounds rent. I buy my fruit and veg. Please Sarah, can I pick some of these vegetables? I want to cook. I would say, you know, just help yourself. And, you know, sometimes she takes for example, I'll give you an example. I'll buy mangoes. Mangoes are very expensive. Sometimes then it's about £1.50 each mango. Okay? Sometimes it's about £2 something. Depends, even up to £3. I buy 15 mangoes. I put them in the fridge. I wash them. I put them in the fridge. While I'm asleep, she takes seven of my mangoes. Okay? So this is the person who would accuse me of stealing cooking oil that her sister, who was in the house when she was accusing me, used to cook. She said she cooked food to take to church. Guys, not everything in church, not everything that says it's a Christian, don't believe that. And I would be very weary of eating food from a house where somebody is being poisoned. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. I'll be very weary of eating food from a home where another human being is being poisoned using food. Okay, guys? So, yeah, there's a new hitman on the scene. And I want to tell you this. The person who recruited you, the person who hired you to kill me, they did not tell you there's been several attempts, several hitmen who also gave up. Okay? Witches have also been hired, okay, to do witchcraft on me. Clothing items have gone missing. My pictures placed on demonic altars. My underwear, clothes stolen out of my stuff, trying to use witchcraft to kill me. That failed. Okay, guys? that also failed. All right. So there's been that obsession, okay? There's been that obsession by the hitman, okay? There's been that obsession by whoever hired you, hitman, to kill me, and that obsession has led your recruiter to hire so many hitmen who have attempted to kill me and they failed. Some of them, they were told stories about me that, well, all of you hitmen, you've been told stories about me that are untrue. And some of those hitmen, whilst they were pursuing me, hacking into my stuff, they found out that I wasn't the person that the killer who hired you said I was. They changed their mind. They said, no, I am not doing this. Okay, you saved your lives because the police are watching you. Now, you, Mr. New Hitman, I know who you are. Believe it or not, I know who you are. Okay? So, the person who hired you lied to you. They did not tell you that I know about attempts on my life. Okay? So there's been assassins to assassinate me physically, and there's been assassins to poison me using accommodation, using trust. Okay? All of that has failed. So, whoever is listening, this is also for the police. So attempts to get me arrested, so I'm killed, okay, with false allegations that I have stolen. How can I steal a bicarbonate of soda? This is a woman who's been using my wash-up liquid. She doesn't buy wash-up liquid. This is a woman who's been using my hand wash in the bathroom. She does not buy hand wash. She does not buy hand wash in the bathroom. Since I moved in, she's never bought hand wash. Okay? So she thought that, you know, by calling the police, because she'd been in Africa, went to a witch doctor and did voodoo to get me arrested. So she thought she just had to say something against me because of voodoo, I'll get arrested and go to jail. She was surprised that voodoo really doesn't work. Just like the voodoo that was carried out on me to try and kill me, it has not worked. So the community, including neighbors, they are following me, knowing there's an assassin. They want to watch me killed. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Please like. And please do share my video. Guys, I'm not scared, okay? And I do not hide. Okay? I do not hide. You can come on the video and pretend you're going somewhere. I know you are a part of that recruited group. Don't even pretend you are passing on my camera. Everybody can see you. All right? Guys, subscribe, like, and share. Both young and old. I'm talking about elderly men and women. Okay? Middle age, young people, teenagers. Okay? So these people come out as if they are walking dogs. No, guys, they are not walking dogs. Okay? How can a community of people plot the murder of a human being? Subscribe, like, and share, guys. Subscribe, like, and share. And this particular woman I'm talking about, she's black. And she thinks that this white person who has recruited her loves her so much.
Just like you, the assassin, what were you given? A gun? A knife? What were you given? She was given poison. Okay? The same way. Okay? The same way that this assassin would deny, if you, when you get arrested, would deny that they were involved. It's the same way that assassin would deny he gave poison to the woman assassin in my accommodation. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, people, like, and share. I think, you know what, Julian or whatever you are, you don't tell me when to go out. I go out when I want to. Okay? You do not tell me when to go out. I do go out when I want to. All right? You are not going to get a rise out of me. You want me to get out of character. Okay? I am not reacting, Julian. I am responding. No drugs in my system, no alcohol. So really, you are pumping well above your weight, Julian. You are a murderer. You are a liar. You are a thief. You are a hater. We are not in the same. We are not in the same class. You are beneath me. Okay? You are beneath me. You've already, Julian, your messages are confused. Hide, don't speak. That was your message. The deleted one, you called me a liar. I already screenshotted. You said spy camera inside the room. Okay? And then you are saying here, if I see you, I'll be happy to know you are safe. I think you are confused, Julian, okay? Talk your confusion somewhere else. Mental illness in the UK is a serious issue because of drug abuse. The minute you put your hands on drugs, okay, you mix that with alcohol, you mix that with demonic activity, you are long gone. Please, Julian, I'm not your family. You need support, contact your family. Okay? Contact your family. I'm not even sure, you know, I'm not even sure your family trusts you. Okay? I'm not even sure your family trusts you. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Nobody's scared of an assassin here. So just better know, those roads you think I'm on my own. Those places I'm live streaming where you think on my own. The police are aware. Okay? I've already informed the train stations. Okay? I've already informed the train stations. So when you come for me as a mob, men and women, couples, even getting ready, carrying handbags, pretending to be going your way, right? The police are watching you. From trains to buses to streets. You think you're the only ones that park cars on the streets? Police know better. Okay? So, Mr. Assassin, yes, you were lied to. You were lied to. Or this person is not even to protect you. All this person is concerned about is the murder of another human being. They have not even calculated what's going to happen. I can assure you, I am not going to be a victim. I will live my life to an old, ripe age. I will live my life to an old, ripe age. Okay? So guys, this neighborhood, this is in Richmond, in Ham, where neighbors come, when neighbors are recruited. Okay? So the person I live with in the house, the neighbors opposite, she was telling me that the neighbor doesn't speak to her. But one time when this neighbor saw a white man in the house, because she's black, she says she's very racist. Now they are stalking together. I don't know what they've been told about me, but it is all lies. It is all lies. Guys, please subscribe to my channel if you are just joining me on this particular live stream. Please, guys, subscribe, like, and share. Okay? Subscribe, like, and share. I am bringing awareness. I am bringing awareness, guys, and speaking up about the attempted murder on my life. Okay? The attempted murder on my life. So the assassin followed me in a white van. Even, when was it? Day before yesterday. Okay? Was it on Sunday? Yeah. Followed me. Okay? And these people want to go to authorities and lie that there's something I'm doing that's dangerous. It's a lie. It is a lie, but don't worry. The police are already aware. The police are already aware. Okay, guys? So this woman now, the woman I share accommodation with, she does not own a house. It's a stolen house as well. Don't worry, guys. The police are also looking into that. Okay? She calls me. She wants to share a house. She doesn't own a house, guys. Only lived in the UK for under 12 years. Don't even know the rules of the land. Telling her about the rules of the land has no respect on the rules of the land. This is a person who claimed asylum from Zimbabwe. They say they're an asylum seeker. They fled persecution. It's a lie. They did not flee persecution. And guys, if you know, when an asylum seeker is given asylum protection, what happens, guys? Google this information. They are given, travel documents or passports, whatever they are given. From that country they seek refuge from. And the country they are prohibited to travel to is the country they sought asylum from. So this woman was lying to the UK government, to, Border Force, our immigration, that she's fleeing persecution from Zimbabwe. It's a lie. So she can get to live in the UK. Immediately after she was granted citizenship and granted British passport, a few weeks later, she was on the plane to the same country that she fled persecution from. Guys, this is she left that country maybe 10, 11 years ago. And just because now she has a new passport, now she's safe to go back. Because the British passport does not prohibit her to travel to that same country she sought refuge from. It won't, her refuge status will not be cancelled. So this is the same person. This is what this country has done. This country has brought so many criminals that come to the UK to commit crimes, to make money. You want to kill a person with poison so you can pay off a house, so you can retire? Guys, subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, like, and share. So, really, I'm against racism. I'm against it. But when a country imports foreign crimes, right? Because everybody else in this country works hard, is supposed to work hard for what they have, right? And not try to make easy money by taking bribes and become a hitman or hit woman. That is what this country is doing to us. So guys, in this neighborhood now, this same woman, she's the one who tells people when I'm about to leave. She doesn't drive. She does not have a car. She's the one who tells people I'm about to leave the house. Okay, and they come to pick her sometimes when I leave. And then they are going around in places where I'm doing live streams. So Mr. Hitman, let it be known to you, the new Hitman. The police are aware, okay? I don't care the banner phone you use, they know. They know. And let me say this to you, Mr. Hitman. Your friend knows, okay? Your friend already knows. Your friend knows. There's also emails, okay? And even your phone has picked up where you've been. And it happened, you've been in the area where I've been live streaming. Guys, this is what is happening, okay? I just thought to update you on the matter. So, after the attack on the 13th of June this year, these two women, they had recruited to get me arrested. There was, you know, that failed. Even police could see. Police were actually surprised. I showed them the whole video, and they could see that the woman is very, very violent, aggressive and violent and foul-mouthed. I recorded everything she said, okay? And then later on, guys, my camera equipment was stolen, but I'm able to use my camera, okay? My DJI 3-pocket camera equipment was stolen, the battery, the tripod, and the bag, okay? Because when you pack the bits and pieces of the equipment, it goes in a bag, and that bag is very important. So it was stolen from my bedroom, okay? It was stolen from my bedroom. So this sister was in fact in the house. I lock my door. I am downstairs. They come in, okay? Because there's already somebody up in the bedroom. Okay, guys? So I have keys to lock my bedroom, okay? And she'll pretend she's downstairs when there's somebody upstairs, okay? So now, when I have to go downstairs, I have to carry my handbag because I don't know who's in the bedroom with her, okay? Because they studied that I lock my bedroom and all of that, okay? So now they made sure that they had to find a plan to rob me. So this robbing, right? She wanted me to get out of character like her. I do not get out of character. You know, I do not get out of character because somebody has stolen my equipment. She got out of character when she was trying to accuse me to have stolen cooking oil. I know in Zimbabwe, you know, they are very hungry. Maybe they can steal cooking oil. Yeah, you know. So guys, this is the same people saying we are cooking food, taking to church. How can you feed church? People at church, and you call, and if I'd taken your coffee, you call that as theft, and I didn't take your coffee, you have your coffee. You have your coffee. So that is defamation of character, okay? Because you have failed to assassinate me. And you know, any attempts to poison me, you know where the police will be looking. My family are aware, okay? This is the same woman who's been going around, people who know me, to ask if I have any family. Her sisters also asked me, do you have any family? Like, who dropped in a tree like that? Nobody dropped in a tree like that, okay? Even those people who grew up in care, but I didn't grow up in care, okay? My father lives in London, not far from here, Okay? My father lives in London. I didn't grow up in care. Okay? My parents raised me. Okay? So, yeah. The the killer apparently, I don't know who told him or her that I grew up in care. I didn't have any relatives. Okay? Now, this assassin in this accommodation, right, was given a task to go among the Zimbabwean community where she comes from to find out who I am. You know? Yeah, she was even trying to find out who I was morally. This is a woman who spent her life single. She got married. 3 months later, she was divorced. By the time she gave birth to a baby, she had been divorced a long time ago. And then, guys, she spent all her life single. Okay? And it's not really single. You know what those women do. Okay? This is the same woman who would look at me and say, your 30-year-old marriage, where did it go? I'll tell you where it went. I didn't raise bastards. I raised children with a father. Okay? I did not raise bastards who have no morals. Bastards who rush into marriages. Just a baby. Rush into, in this day and age, in the United Kingdom, I raised children with a father. And they're not rushing into a marriage for economic reasons or for citizenship, whatever the case may be. You know? That is what I did with my marriage. Okay? And I divorced the man. Okay? My mother-in-law wanted me. She's the one who orchestrated the marriage. Okay? Whereas you, your mother-in-law didn't want you. Okay? Is a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law relationship perfect? Absolutely not. I'll be lying to you. But even with your own mother, right? And I must tell you that I was also young. Okay? I was also young. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. So this woman, right, wanted to find out who I was. Okay? So now she wanted to know who I was as a teenager, as a child. Now I'm an adult with children. There's nothing that is incriminating about me. There's nothing that suggests immoral behavior. Now she's going on wanting to know who I was in that marriage. I was very young. I was a little girl. Okay? Now she wants to know. And there was nothing extraordinary. Absolutely. I'm happy to speak about it because those same people I'm talking about, they'll be watching this video. But no, this woman now, she got old, okay? And past 40s when she got married. Guess who she married? Her pastor. Her pastor left his wife to marry her. Not because there was problems, but because of her. Yes, divorce do happen and people can remarry. But this gets to show you guys some of these cults. Okay? Some of these cults they call churches. Alright, guys? Subscribe, like, and share. So says a woman who used to border jump in Southern Africa to make a living. Okay? So says a woman who used to border jump between Zimbabwe and Zambia and South Africa so she can put food on her table. She comes to the UK, she's threatened, and then she accuses people she finds in the UK to have stolen her cooking oil. Guys, subscribe, like, and share. I'm not scared to talk about this. Okay? I have a whole video that I am going to post here so you can see. Her sister was saying, don't record me. Okay, go to the bedroom. Because they wanted to harm me without my camera in my hand. In fact, when I was recording the violence, the woman tried to reach for my phone. She wanted to stop the recording so they can hide what they did. They had plans to incriminate me. This is not Zimbabwean police. Okay? We are not in Zimbabwe. With a really cruel regime. Where is Mugabe topped out? What's happening in Zimbabwe right now? Look at that government. Where are you all? Why are you running away from Zimbabwe? But you come to a country that, like the UK, you start to disrespect the laws of this country. Not every Zimbabwean, obviously. That lifestyle may be acceptable in Zimbabwe, where they kill white farmers and all that. Right? That lifestyle may be acceptable. For example, where white farmers were killed, their farms taken away. That lifestyle isn't accepted in the UK. And then you come in the UK, you are the ones killing white farmers. You start to say, I'm an asylum seeker. You're not an asylum seeker. You are an economic immigrant. And be grateful that the UK opens up doors. The UK opens up doors of charity. Okay? You promise. Are those citizenship, whatever, you pledge allegiance. I'm sure you pledged allegiance to the king because the queen was already dead when you got your citizenship. You said you will live by the law, you will respect other people, but now you are the one that is being used by a murderer, right? You said you will pay your taxes, you will do your duty, your diligence. Is your diligence now, right? Getting paid bribery money to kill a person, to poison a person? Because that is what you are doing. So, for those of you that were paid money, whether, I don't know, what were you given? A gun? A knife? I can assure you, police are not far from where you are. Police are not far from where I am. Guys, wait. Hello?
Hello. Hi, my name is PC, leader calling from Kingston Police Station. Is this Miss Morita?
It is indeed, yes, sir.
Hello, hi.
Yes,
Calling
hi.
in regards to a report of burglary theft
Yes.
you placed with us.
Yes.
Okay. I'm calling from the Crime Management Unit.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just placed a review on the report.
Mm-hmm.
Which at this point in time is very bare and there's not much information.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's to the point that we need to clarify if we have enough evidence there
Because
to allow further help.
Yeah, because it was stolen in the house, meaning
Yeah.
that the person has the key to my bedroom. So I lock my bedroom, I leave my bedroom, I'm downstairs, somebody comes in and then they take my property. So yeah, it was stolen in the house. So I share the house with one person. And this situation occurred after the same person tried to lie, call the police to incriminate me, telling lies that I'd stolen their cooking oil and bicarbonate of soda and coffee. And all the items where the coffee was found in the house. The cooking oil had been used by her sister, her older sister. And when this woman was accusing me to have stolen, the cooking oil she left in the house was less than 250 mils. So when she was in Africa, her sister came into the house and she did some cooking. She said she was doing a lot of cooking, taking to church. But she has her own house, but her sister wasn't here. So she used her sister's cooking oil, and her sister didn't even have enough cooking oil. I said to her, if you need more, I've got olive oil as well, and I also have vegetable oil, and I also have seasoning. So you can use mine as well. So this woman who used her cooking oil, her sister was in the house. So I said to her, how come you are here? Your sister is accusing me to have stolen cooking oil. Why didn't you say, no, 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 no. I used your cooking oil when you were away. And here is the coffee. I've recorded it. I have a video. I was videoing opening the cupboards, and the coffee is right there. The coffee was saying I stole. So there's nothing I stole. So immediately after that, after police left, a day later, that is when my property, my DJ, one Pocket 3 camera equipment was stolen, including what was stolen is the tripod and the battery and the bag. So if you know, if you research the DJI 3 pocket camera, the bag is a part of the equipment because there's so many little pieces you have to join.
Even so, even if someone had taken anything from your room without your permission, it's not about what was taken.
So,
it's about the something was taken without your permission.
Exactly. So
you don't have to justify that it was this or that. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. So I'm just saying that this was following the force, because this woman wanted me arrested, and I have reported to police that I've been poisoned, and she's going around the neighbors telling the neighbor that I'm a criminal. As I speak, sir, I am being mobbed, gang-stalked by the neighborhood, including the young and the old, male and female, and as old as 70. Some people just coming out when they see me as if they are walking dogs. Yesterday, for example, I was in the park being hounded by men and women. I'm talking about old, young people, and even teenagers. So the malicious information being spread across the neighborhood is that I have a disease to spread into the community. That is what she's telling people. She's also telling people that I am a shoplifter. Okay, I'm paying her rent, £800, and
This is her house.
It's not her house. She's subletting it. She invited me. So she invited me because I was trying to escape.
She has permission from the landlord to sublet this to you.
I don't even know. But all I know is she's involved in organized crime. She's involved in organized crime. And this organized...
Are you already planning to leave the address?
I can't leave without finding somewhere to move to. She was trying to make me street homeless. So she and her sister...
Are you looking for a place to stay?
Of course. I don't want to remain here, and when I find it, I don't want to live here because number one, she's not even fit to be a landlord. Secondly, she didn't want me to find accommodation. Just third day after I moved in, she was telling me to leave her house. She wanted to make me street homeless. I said to her, you know what? That's impossible.
How long have you been living there?
For a year. For a year, yeah. So third day after I moved in, she was trying to make me street homeless. Whoever has recruited her wanted me on the streets, harmed on the streets. That is why she even contacted me. So there's organized crime here, police.
Sorry.
Yeah.
How long has this been happening since the first day you moved in?
Since the first day I moved in. And
It's been happening for a year now.
For a year, yes. So when she called me, she knew exactly who I was. She had been recruited. It's gang crime, it's organized crimes. And
do you have evidence of any of that?
Like for example, a few days ago, I went to catch the bus after the police dismissed her claims. Now, she was discussing with her sister that let's use white people to call the police on her. You know, so what?
Have you heard this?
I heard it. A man and a woman came. I was at the bus stop. Okay.
Are you leaving this address as part of council allocation, or is this privately rented?
To be honest with you, I sought for private housing, and let me say this to you: she has other issues where she conspires.
Yes, no, what I'm trying to do now, is your safeguarding.
Okay.
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 The way you spoke to me now.
Yes.
I think it's imperative that you seek to move out of the address.
Yes, but I can't move out before I find somewhere to move. And that is, and
For a place to stay.
yes, and that is no. But what she's been wanting to do is for me to move out immediately and put myself on the streets. And she's also been smear campaigning that
Do you
I've.
have a lock in your bedroom?
I have a key, but she has a spare key to my room.
Are you able to change that lock?
That will cost money. I pay £800 per month, and I haven't got extra money to be paying for locks. So yeah. So what I would like to
Do you
say.
know anyone in London that you can leave your valuables with them?
You know what, police? Nobody has things like that. I'm an adult and I should be able to pay my way out, you know. So I can't be relying on other people for housing or for the protection of my goods. I can't be doing that.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
And if those goods got stolen, and you know, there's a lot going on here.
Yes,
So this
to
same
manage
woman,
your immediate
yeah. So
safeguarding, okay?
yeah. So the
So
other
what I'm
thing
going
you
to
need
do
to know.
is I'm going to pass this report for further investigation.
Okay. So the other thing she's doing, she's trying to suggest telling the authorities that I had something mentally wrong with me. And she's smear campaigning that is a fictitious disorder. Okay.
Yes, we need to get a statement done.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we need to get an officer to see you
yeah.
and get a statement done.
Yeah.
With all the details of of what's been happening.
What's been happening? Yeah. And
Okay.
even when I leave the house, what she does is she gets ready and then she follows me, whether to shops, everywhere I go. There's also been jealousy regarding the few. I've had a little bit of development in terms of my social media that's gaining traction. There's been a lot of jealousy trying to stop it, and that is also creating a lot of jealousy. So, and even to the point where she wants to dress like me, she wants to talk like me. There's a lot happening. But she knew who I was before I moved in. I never contacted her. She's been going around communities of people who know me, trying to figure out who I am, trying to figure out if I had a bad past. I do not have a criminal record. I do not have the diseases she's telling the community I have. Okay, and I'm even on my social media, I am cyberbullied by people telling me not to leave my room, people telling me that there's a spy camera in my bedroom. Right now, I'm actually on a live stream, and they come on my live stream with a ghost account. I know these are the same people that are actively stalking me. And she's involved in that stalking. She would deny. The woman
So
is.
you're telling me you have a spy camera in your room?
That's what I've just been told. That there's a spy camera in your room.
Have you looked for your spy camera?
You know what? I didn't, but it's actually there's somebody right now cyberbullying me on my social media, and her name is Julian. She said spy camera in the room, and I've screenshot that message, that text message, because she has deleted a lot of those messages by now. So not only am I being cyberbullied, okay, but I am
Do you
also.
have the screenshot of
Yes, I have the screen. I have the screenshot of.
Can you see where the camera is pointing? Where?
No, I have the screenshot where I'm being cyberbullied, being told that there's spy camera.
I'm asking about the spy camera in your room.
I don't know if there's a spy camera. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. It could be anything. It could be a pen. It could be on the wall. I don't know. But yeah, I'm being left messages like that.
Have you seen footage of this camera?
No, it's a message that has been left on my.
So is it just a message? There's no screenshot of the footage of the camera?
No, I have not seen any footage, but
Okay.
I have received messages on my live stream.
You can go around your room now, yeah, as well, whilst you're waiting for an officer to get in contact with you, and look for a camera, okay? Because this is important as well.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't want to turn myself paranoid, and I don't want to turn myself crazy. But definitely there's something going on here. Yes, my safety is paramount. And the smear campaign that this woman is making to the authorities about my health, campaigns that are unfounded, this is defamation of character. And who sent her? What does she want?
Have you sought a solicitor already?
No, I have not sought a solicitor, but yeah, these things are going on.
Yeah, you need to sort out a solicitor as well, yeah?
Yes, I will do. I will do,
Okay. So I'll be passing this for further investigation.
okay.
You
So,
should be expecting to receive a phone call from a police officer
okay,
to get a statement from you within the next 2 weeks.
okay. But I just
You
need
don't have to stay there.
okay.
Okay, you can move out.
Well, I can
I
only
would say as quickly as you can.
I can only move out as soon as I secure accommodation.
Yes.
I won't make myself homeless.
Yes, I'm not asking you to make yourself homeless, man.
Okay.
I'm asking you to seek accommodation
Yes.
and move out.
Yes. As soon as I secure accommodation, nobody wants to live under this condition, but the plans she had was for me to move out immediately, street homeless, to make it difficult
Yes.
for
So
me.
you have to make all those allegations to the officer that's going to get in contact with you now.
Yeah. So when
Okay? And
yeah.
put all of this under a statement.
So when should I expect the police?
Within 2 weeks, you should receive a phone call.
Within 2 weeks, because I called the police on the, what was the date? Was it the 14th or what, the 12th? Between the 12th,
With this report.
yeah, the report,
Just a second.
the report of my stolen equipment.
Yeah.
What was the date?
Just a second, please.
Okay, thank you.
This was reported on the 17th.
Yeah, on the 17th. So that is when I called. And since I've tried to call, I think the police came and I was away because they were supposed to come and see me at 3:30.
Yes,
They,
officer tried to speak to you, but you were not here.
I wasn't here. So I tried to call them after, and I've tried about 3-4 times calling. I haven't been, I haven't been able, they haven't been able to come around.
Which number you call? Ah, okay, you're calling 101, yes?
So yeah, I also I called 101 to say I was expecting the police to come and take a statement due to my stolen equipment. And so what this woman is trying to do right here is to really drive a narrative that I was
Yes, but
you also
have to understand that your safeguarding
Yeah.
is also your responsibility, okay?
exactly. But she's trying
So
to
you have
drive.
to try to actively get yourself out
Yes, of
of
course,
the situation.
of
And
course,
the main way you can to get out of the situation is to move out.
of course,
So you have to prioritize looking for a place
of
so
course.
you can move out as soon as possible.
Of course,
okay?
of course, but housing doesn't come easily, and this is why I would have to find a place to move out to. Okay, so
Yes,
I'm not.
I'm saying, ma'am.
Yeah. So, but the narrative she's trying to run here is that I had something wrong with me, and also to try and accuse me of crimes I do not know about.
Yeah, so we have to put all this in paper and investigate around it.
Yeah, and yeah,
Collect all all the evidence you have.
Yeah, and
Make sure you have all the evidence with you when officers come to take your statement.
yes,
You speak with them and you demonstrate through evidence of what you
yeah,
are saying happened, okay?
yeah, and also the fact that I've been poisoned. There's been attempts on my life.
You have
Yeah.
evidence, all of that. If you just say I've been poisoned and you cannot evidence what's happening,
Yeah, there's been
police is not able to help you with this.
Okay, yeah, I'm just I'm just saying that the police are now aware.
So
that,
if you're being poisoned and you've been to the hospital because of the poisoning, you need to get access to the report from the hospital saying that you've been there and
yeah. So guys, hello. Welcome once again to my channel, and hello.
hello, I think we got disconnected.
Yeah, I touched the wrong button. Yeah. Hi. No,
Okay.
I
So
actually I don't need to have gone to the hospital to prove that to prove that I was poisoned, because that is like concealing the crime. I was really poisoned and I didn't know what was happening.
Okay, so
And so my mind
all this on their statement, okay?
yeah, my mind didn't automatically rush that somebody has poisoned me, but it soon occurred that I'd actually been poisoned. Had I actually suspected that somebody has poisoned me, I would have requested, when I went to the hospital, I would have requested that suspected poison, and then the hospital. Yeah. So
I understand now.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll be putting this for further investigation. You will be receiving a phone call within a few weeks, okay?
So what is your name?
My name is PC Leader.
Okay, let me write that down. 1 second. PC who?
PC Lira, Lyra.
Lyra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have the report number?
What report number? Are you talking about the card number?
I'm talking about the report number, the investigation number.
I've got the card number.
Can I give you the report number, please?
Report number, okay.
Yeah. 01.
Okay, just 1 minute. Report number. Okay.
01.
Just 1 minute. 01, yeah.
/7625.
7/7625. Yeah.
555.
555.
555/25.
/25. Can I just repeat that to you?
Of course.
So it's 01762 5555 /25.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. So it's the same card number, right?
The cat's the same, yeah.
Okay. Okay. But it would be helpful if the police can let me know what time they'll be coming.
First, they'll set an appointment.
Or they'll call to set an appointment.
Yes,
Okay.
they'll call to set an appointment, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But
Thanks for your time.
But I just would like to stress the fact that I need police to watch out for me when I go out, because I am being.
You need what?
I am being heavily gang stalked by.
Yes, what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
You must get out of that address.